Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be bringing you another explain type of video, or who is video. In this one, I'm going to be answering the question for a brand new character that's going to be appearing in the second half of The Walking Dead Season 6, played by, on your left, Xander Berkeley. On the right, we have the Walking Dead comic book series version of the leader of a new community called The Hilltop, Gregory. And so this one may contain some minor spoilers, so I'll try to keep them for the most part at bay. This is going to be more of an introductory video, going to be introducing a character we're going to meet in the second half of The Walking Dead Season 6. So to start off with Gregory, we have to talk about his location, where he comes from, what he's about. So Gregory is the leader of a new community that we're going to be seeing in the second half of The Walking Dead Season 6. This one is known as the Hilltop. The wiki here has it listed as a town first mentioned in issue 92 of The Walking Dead. It is a farming community of 200 residents, originally led by Gregory. So in the beginning, they're led by Gregory. We have Rick, who kind of comes in with the rest of the group, led by pretty much the strongest character, the toughest character from the Hilltop, which is Paul Monroe, nicknamed Jesus because he looks like Jesus. Very, very tough character. He's pretty much their best fighter in the entire colony. And they don't really have much in the way of weapons. They don't really have firearms. They have some spears that they seem to have kind of fastened together themselves. They kind of hide behind their walls, more similar to what the Alexandrians did. And because they're on top of a hill, I would assume the zombies in and around will kind of wander downwards just due to gravity, because so they really don't have to fight off too many zombies themselves. They more just use the walls to protect them, farm for themselves, take care of themselves, but are really not in a position to protect themselves against another group. So, of course, what happens is Negan and the Saviors find out about them and pretty much intimidate them into paying up to them. They farm, they give Negan and the Saviors their stuff, and in turn, Negan and the Saviors do keep them safe for the most part. They kind of are under their protection. So this, in turn, leads Rick to kind of come up with some ideas, them paying Negan half and everything like this. It becomes pretty interesting once the Alexandrian characters start getting involved and start asking some questions. So Gregory, being the leader of the Hilltop, he lives in this big mansion on top of the hill, in the Hilltop, the very top peak, so to speak. And he is kind of he's a different kind of leader for a group in The Walking Dead that we've never really encountered before. I can't think of us encountering before. He is similar to Deanna or Douglas from the Walking Dead comic book series in some ways, where he's weak. He's not a fighter. He probably couldn't even kill one zombie if he tried. Maybe he could. Maybe if he had a gun or something, and I don't know, a whole clip, he might be able to. But he would struggle hand to hand. He definitely wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't think. He's conniving. He's sneaky. He's dishonest. And he'll do basically anything to maintain his position in the Hilltop without actually having to do any of the work. He'll use the people around him to protect him, to fight for him, to farm for him, to do everything. Well, he kind of sits back and doesn't really do anything. He's one of those type of people. So the wiki has him listed as a main character and antagonist, first encountered in The Walking Dead issue 95, and is a resident, of course, and the overseer of operations at the Hilltop. Gregory is an extremely vain and self-absorbed leader of the Hilltop. His cowardly nature is known by many people at the Hilltop, yet they still believe him to be the best leader they have. Gregory refuses to believe himself a coward, saying his actions keep the people of the Hilltop safe, and that every decision he makes is for the good of the colony, when they're rather for his own well-being. So there's some tense situations happening when Rick kind of arrives, which we won't get into because it's kind of a little bit in the way of spoilers and that. But Gregory's a fun leader, a fun character, because he's part of a bigger dynamic that is going on, that is happening, where you have this community of 200 people at the Hilltop that have a lot of resources, that are able to produce their own food, which is really important in a zombie apocalypse, but have no ability to protect themselves whatsoever. From the top down, they're led by a man who who really has no clue what to do if another group was to attack them. And really, they're just hoping that Negan kind of takes care of that, because in turn, Negan is the group that found them first, it seems like, and the saviors. So they pay up to them for protection. If anybody else shows up, they just try to call for Negan, I suppose. So interesting. It'll be cool to see him and how Xander Berkeley plays him, how he kind of, plays off the character with Rick and with Negan, and how it all kind of fits together in the television series version. I can't wait to see it. In the comic book series, it's pretty simple. Never liked Gregory. You're not supposed to really like him. He's kind of a median character, meaning he's a character that's part of a greater, more complicated story that's being woven here. And he by himself is not all that interesting. He'll do whatever he needs to do to get what he wants, but he has pretty much no power to do so. So he basically is kind of a failed manipulator in a lot of ways. He'll manipulate. He'll lie. He'll do whatever he needs to do. But it seems like so far from what we've seen of him in the comic book series, he never really seems to succeed or to be very effective no matter what he does. So he just fails upward. It just fails upward. That's what it is. And as a result, the whole Hilltop community kind of fails in a way as well. Even though they do survive, but if anybody wanted to wipe them out at any time, they would have basically no trouble in doing so, until, of course, Rick and these survivors find out and get involved. So there's kind of your description, what you can expect to see from Xander Berkeley. Hopefully his interpretation will be good. I'm sure it will be. He looks, he's got that half smile. I love that half smile. It's just right for Gregory, and it speaks to his personality and just exactly the type of kind of conniving, sneaky character that he is. If you guys like this video, you can go ahead and thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you can share, you can favorite. Write what you think about Gregory below. If you've read the comic book series, how you feel about the character, what you think we'll see from him in the TV series, and how you think it'll be in the second half, and probably season 7 as well too. And if you guys like the video, then you want to subscribe, you want to see more, go ahead and sub at the bottom left. That's it for today's. I may see you guys again tomorrow. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.